Always taking care of the ladies, but an artist who is full of versatility. So much so that he has donned the name God. We're talking about none other. ReniGAD in the building this morning. ReniGAD, good morning, sir.
Yeah, man. Pleasure being here, bro. Respect and manners, and big up to all the Bridge 99 fans globally, you see, free?
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Welcome. So, ReniGAD, it has been a few years, perhaps. Can I say, how long have you gone solo? Because we know RDX and we know the duo, but you have taken on a solo career. When did you start that journey?
Well, the solo career started in 2020, you know what I mean? And it's been a great pleasure so far. It's been a journey that is very exciting and very awesome so far, you know what I mean? Because once you know, we started to do solo music, then we had to do a whole heap of music in a short space
of time.
Yeah, in order for kind of bulk up so people can know what we're all about. So yeah, the vibes there. But it's a great experience so far, man. I enjoy every moment of it.
Now, talking about dropping those songs for the fans to get familiar with ReniGAD as a solo brand, you came out with a lot of, well, for my library, whole heap of girl song, whole heap of woman show.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Yeah, I mean, originally when I just came out, my first song that I actually did was a song called Black Party, you see it? And it's a kind of party gangster kind of vibe, you see?
Right.
And then I put out some girl song. I have to do a variety of music to really see where, you know, which angle or which side of me as a person, as a solo artist, people they really take on to.
All right.
And it so happens that they were more, you know, drawn to like the hardcore side.
Yeah.
As opposed to the girl side, yeah.
All right, and so that brings us to a song that you're sharing with us. I wouldn't say, well, I'll allow you to tell me a little bit more. We're talking about Survivor this morning. Tell me, where would you say this song features?
Well, Survivor is a story, you know. Is not just something that was put together out of just say we put some lyrics and it rhyme together and it's so nice and a nice little beat. It's actually something that is a real true story of me as an artist, you know, venturing from a group dynamic to a solo dynamic. Plus, me as a human being before, you know, because, you know, there are many things about ReniGAD where the world never get an opportunity to see within a group dynamic, you see it? Well, now I can expose that, you know, within a group you're only a percentage of yourself that you put within that. You know what I mean?
Fair reasoning. Yeah. And talking about that, some people may always have to join my virgin Shells when you talk about the newer generation and the younger listeners. Shells, as a person that would have probably come up and here in the RDX, how have you responded to ReniGAD as an artist? And what do we really want to reason with the artist this morning?
Well, the first thing artists, I want to say congratulations, because I understand the vibe. Because I understand the fact, the mere fact, you've been, as I say, in a group for years. People know you in that dynamic there. I would say it's a brave and very, and I respect the bold step, because right now it's not just going off in a solo career. But I want to ask you, because we can see the dancehall, the culture, the dynamic change in a certain way. So I want to know how you've been navigating, not just as a solo act, but just to see how dancehall, the landscape kind of change. How have you been dealing with that?
Well, the good thing about it is that, you know, 2020, every decade, you know, on the button, music change. So if you're a person where in the game, you gotta understand that, you know, you're gonna prepare for the change when it arrives. Every, you know, in the 80s when they change over to Buju them, you know what I mean? The man them were in the late part of the 80s or 1988. Right, the man they never transitioned over to
the 90s.
Okay. And then when it reaches the 90s, you have some man where they act in the part there, we never transition over to the 2000s. So we have to be prepared. And if you notice the trend, then you gotta realize, yo, music gotta constantly change every decade. So that was something that we prepared for, which was part of why RDX split. Part of that was to maintain the brand and then diversify the brand. So it will be ReniGAD over here, so RDX and Emiglan, such man over the part there. But, you know what I mean, it never played out that way then, the way how we had planned it, but it still played out. Meaning that it didn't go too detail, but it still ended up that me I do my solo thing, RDX still exists because I still perform as RDX, you know what I mean? And I still perform as ReniGAD. And then now, what that does is that ReniGAD can perform more hardcore stuff for, let's say, a male-dominant audience. If I get a show, I can perform some RDX for the ladies. So I have a more balanced show. While previously within RDX, I couldn't really perform for a male
Zine, yeah, man.
Yeah. All right. Now, so this song, coming back to Survivor, it's telling a story. Give us a little more background as to what inspired this story. Is it your story?
Yeah, it's life itself. As I said, it is not just surviving, because as bro just says, a brave thing. Enough man now do that. Enough man I go back away and cover down and just work under the umbrella. But if you as a person on the internal we know what going on and we know the changes that take place, then you are going to go out there and do what you need to do. You know what I mean? Because at some point every group break up, you understand? So you have to prepare for them things, you know. So that is how I approach a situation. So that is part of it. That is the artist part of how I survive being a part of a group to know being a solo artist and making an impact. You know, me have a song on the British chart. I'm a song releasing a dancehall, bro.
Yeah,
You
man.
know what I mean? I have a song on the top 10.
That's right.
So, you know what I mean? Obviously, you know, there are people out there where I feel the ReniGAD brand and I feel the ReniGAD music. From a perspective of a personal standpoint now, me is from a hard, grimy background. So, henceforth, I mean, to be honest with you, you know, we do enough things in our life where we're not proud of. We do enough things in our life where bad. But at the same time, we have strength and we have wisdom and we learn and we grow. That's so that is part of me as a person. The whole of way there, so. Yeah. A part of we too. The whole of way I survive if you check the levels.
That is right. Yeah. Every day we get up, we have to give thanks to life and we have to put out that energy. Survivor is the track ReniGAD is sharing with us this morning. We are going to give the Bridge Nation a listen right now. God. That's the track being shared this morning. Now, ReniGAD, as a disc jockey, I've had this track for a while. When was it officially released?
You know, so it released about 3 weeks ago though. And as it released, it debuted on the UK charts.
Yes.
At number 6, and then the following week it moved up to 5.
Do you think that the amazing visuals that you have supporting this track had anything to do with its success charting?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it technically charted before, but on the second week when we released the video, you know, the reception, you know, jumped up because the video is like at probably like 50,000 views already in like a week or so. You see?
Yeah.
So as I said, the reception height, because the video is very, what we could say, the video is very telling. You know what I mean?
Yes, it is.
There's a lot of stories being told in that video. So
simple but effective.
Thank you very much. That's it.
Yeah,
so,
man.
You know what catch me, ReniGAD? I just love the fact that you're not like dancing, you know, my general.
Yeah, I know so I can't dance though.
Yeah, tell man, you have your bunks.
No, we can't bunks.
Yeah.
We can't bunks, but we can't dance. We can't dance.
So other is a plan thing come see in a video now, the little bunks. There's other
yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's just a youth, you know, one of my camp member, because they are Urban Gorillas now, you know what I mean? And the Urban Gorillas is a label that has been part of my story from day one, you know, like from before RDX.
Yeah.
Know? So from day one, Urban Gorillas I work with. So we have a camp now, and Urban Gorillas, that are the youth named Bougie Dan. You see me, a youth from Upper Mountain View, that a new artist in Bad. So, you know what I mean? We are mentoring, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We make sure so we bring to our next generation. So that youth, they just always have the bounce when you hear the song. Yeah. So it's a whole community vibe, you know what I mean? Yeah, so we have to big up the whole of Backbush and thing, you see, Pre?
Right.
Yeah,
and this song actually, you talk about the bunks, but you didn't do too much with the instrumentals. You make your vocals speak on this one.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a message, you know, bro. It's like, you know, is a message.
Yeah.
And as I said, with being a solo artist, it gives me the opportunity to be able to say things that, you know, really is me as a person.
Yeah.
In a group dynamic, you have to sacrifice yourself for what's best for
the group. Right.
Yeah. When you're a solo artist, you can just say what you're in your soul and what you're in your heart. You know what I mean? So when you hear me say, some man should have lucky so me decide for do music. Ain't no joke to that. You understand what I say to you? Because we have tough background. We have gully bank we go upside that. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? So we have to know say we're coming from a dark background, but at the same time we can able to use music as our escape.
Which is right.
You know what I mean?
Building on that point, that is a very critical point. How likely is it for a youth to escape certain things through music? If a youth go through trials, would you recommend music as an avenue or entertainment as an avenue for him to look to instead of badness?
Of course. I mean, you know, the thing about it, you know, is that music is multiple artists can share my story. we have ghetto youth, they run all of the crime, they run all of the violence, they run be a bad people. At the same time, you see music forward and touch up on the shoulder and say you're forward over here, so. And you go over there, so. So, you know what I mean? And it's not like you did born, I sing. Me never forward out of Miss Rose and I sing song. You know what I mean? But we forward out and we did nothing before that, you see it? Right. So we have to just know, say, all right, we see music as our local way to get out there. And sometimes you hear some talk coming from like some people who don't know nothing about ghetto life. And they might make it look like, say, oh, it's a easy step. No, brother. When you live in a ghetto, you have to grow tough, you know, bro. Because a man always come conking in your head every day. If one day you look at him and tell him to stop.
That's right.
I know conking back in a film head. So I just saw the thing go. It's not a situation where you walk out of your house and you walk down the road and you see some unicorns and
everything nice.
Yeah. No, they get to like that. So we see music as our escape. Either the language in which we speak, the messaging where we sing about, all of them something, they are part of our escape. That are our therapy. You see it?
So I rate that. It's a powerful message, but I got kind of add to that. How easy it is for Lego the badness after you find the music. Because you know some enough youth out there struggle with that in our industry.
No, it depends on which degree of badness. You can't be an artist and not nobody in here, bro. Because every day come in the night. You understand?
See that?
So you can't, there's no day when on the night. So when you enjoy the light, enjoy the dark too. You see, pray.
If you have the strength.
Yeah. Even if you have the brightest light, I shine upon you. If you look behind you, there's a shadow, and that is the dark, bro. So the dark never leave you yet, bro. You see, pray. So when you have the spotlight that shine upon you as an artist, if you look back at you or look side there, there's a shadow. And that shadow represents the darkness where in every artist. So you can't let it go, bro. Because when you're there in the street and you're out there, and let's say me as an artist, me left Jamaica with my team. 5 we left Jamaica. You know what I mean? DJ and, road manager and, Ray. I left Jamaica. You put your responsibility, your safety in the hands of a total stranger, bro.
No, you have to take responsibility for.
So when you go out in the world, and you're out there as an artist, you don't know who you're there around, bro.
It's true.
All right.
You understand? You roll with some man where you don't know who them be. So you see, if he's a punk or you know really strong mentally in the street, you go out there and a man take advantage of you.
See that.
You understand? A man gear your pay and send him friend for come take it back. You overs. So right. That is the part of the artist thing when nobody don't want to talk about.
Yeah.
But that's a part of the reality. So I don't feel like a man for be a practicing bad man while doing music.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can't left out the bad out here because every day come in the night.
All right. Fair argument and a great perspective that you shared on that. We're about to conclude the conversation, but this song already charting. What kind of support we are reason about it? How else are you planning to get this out in the streets, making sure that everybody get familiar with this track?
Well, the thing about music is trying to get music to as much ears as possible. You know what I mean? And you mentioned it earlier on. The current environment, there's a lot of new artists coming through. But at the end of the day, everything is about, you have to mix the new with the experience. I have the experience, my style have to be able to fit in with the new. So that is why they're on the chart. If you look, when we're on the chart at 5, the artist where they are 4 is a new artist. The artist where they are 6 is a new artist. A new dancehall man, them they were just forward in the game.
Yes.
So me have to fit any music when I do in what the ears they know.
Yes.
I can't be making music for a 50-year-old ears.
That's right.
When the people them that listening is 20-year-old.
That's right.
You understand? So I have to make music, you know what I mean? I have to make music for what the people are listening to, but at the same time use the experience as an artist. Because, sometimes experience can be a help, sometimes it can be a hindrance.
See that?
You know what I mean? Yo, maybe you've been there, done that already, artist.
No.
Me never been a solo artist before. This is my first time being a solo artist. So, me I learn as me I go along same way, but at the same time, I'm armed with experience. So, I can use the experience when it's necessary. And enough time, I have just low experience and just, me then a studio and an engineer record me. Me just listen to what he must say and anything I'm telling for doing, me do it.
We work with it.
Yeah.
All right. This one is working, getting the attention, getting the love. Survivor is the title of this one. The visuals are out. Talking about the visuals and this music, the social media platforms that they can continue to view and stream as a solo act, as a solo brand. Tell me. Yeah,
ReniGAD Music on Instagram, Blue Tick. You can go and stream the thing them on Audemac as well. I'm verified there as well, on Spotify as well. You can go stream if you want to support the artist more time. You know what I mean? Apple Music, same vibes. Video is available on YouTube, obviously. You know what I mean? So you can go over there. So ReniGAD is there, ReniGAD. Go and praise some of my music them and subscribe, and you know what I mean? It's just mad quality music. 2023 is gonna be a very interesting year. You know what I mean?
That is it.
Yeah, we have Eastern Entertainment January 1st. That's up by Mountain View over. That's where we go. You know what I mean? We're gonna shell down the wall.
January 23.
January the 1st.
January 1.
Yeah, January 1st. Eastern Extravaganza. So that's how we are go there. You know what I mean? For the first very much like a Radipan Sting too. So you know what I mean? I just have mad vibes are going. You see it?
No, artist, before you cut, may I look a whispers in about bartender.
Yeah, man. That is something I add to the portfolio of recent, you know what I mean? Yeah, I add acting, you know, something that I'm interested in a long time. So we just forward in and do some acting too, you know?
Yes, sir.
Play a character very similar to myself in a real life. So that kind of helping at the transition as well. You see it?
See it there.
Yeah,
respect, man.
So they're giving us snippets, Daniela, of Bartender, but I think that's a skit. How do we get to view?
Yeah.
Oh, Bartender is a series that comes every Sunday on YouTube. It's a Jamaican series produced by Arville Hall, and it features whole heap of dancehall artists, dancehall dancers, just creative people from the dancehall space, a lot of dancehall people, plus also, you know, established actors. You know what I mean? Okay. So it's a vibe, and I play a role, with a character called Speng. And if I look at Dan, you know, it's like
yeah. All right.
So it's a vibe still, and you know what I mean? We have to big up the team, I have to big up the Expressions family. You see?
Yeah, man. Talking about bigging up as we conclude, just send some love and shout out now, and
well, first and foremost, I like to give Almighty God thanks. You know what I mean? Without him, we wouldn't wake up this morning and breathe not here. So we have to give thanks to this first. You know what I mean? We have to big up my team, Urban Gorillas, straight. You know, the whole of Backbush, you see it. The whole of Mountain View, you see it. Yeah, so we have to big up this. And, you know, so we have to big up God People Productions. You know, we have to big up Street Cred. You know what I mean? The PR people, you know, make sure say ReniGAD out there in the street, you know what I mean? So I mean that is it, and we have to big up the fans them who have been supporting from day one, and I mean I'm really grateful sometimes when you look and you realize you have some people who have been, you know, from day one, they must say, yo, we with you, you know what I mean? We have support the thing, and you realize that the thing grew and the thing reached chart no one. Yeah, say yeah. And then of course we have to big up Craig from Voicemail, you know, we have a song together called Believe, which is a big song. It's now in the #1 album in Europe. Is I Believe on it, and that was the lead track from my EP, which released February the 25th of this year. That time my birthday. So
solo EP.
The solo EP. Right. So the vibe there is, you know, so all of people have to contribute. No artist not gonna away by themselves. It's always a team of people. So I have to big up the support staff. You see it?
Respect and thanks. With that, we say thank you for taking the time for
big up, man.
Reason with us, ReniGAD. We're loving the music. For me personally, John know my vibes, you know, so the girl tune, then we got Tikish and Mr. Joe and them thing there, but the gangster tune and Survivor, big piece of tune as well, so we thank you for the music.
Yeah, man, respect, man.
And we'll give you all the blessings. We pray that you continue success on this journey. You see me? Sin!